Number 30, the live auction also.
Number 30, yes, sir, live. My bad, live. Yes.
What time is the live?
This sponsors reception is all about you. We couldn't do our work without you. You are the fuel that drives the engine of Equality Florida, and I want to thank you so much for all your support. So it's my pleasure to give the 2015 Charlie Houncho Service and Leadership Award to Melissa Judge. For your unwavering dedication and commitment to winning equality, your leadership and generosity makes all we do possible.
Good evening and welcome to the 9th Annual Equality Florida Gala. In 29 states and more than 50% of the counties across the state of Florida, it is still perfectly legal to be fired because of your sexual orientation and gender identity or expression. That means that even while we celebrate marriage equality here, you can get married one day, go into your office, and be fired the next day in some of the counties and in some of the states across America. So until the day comes when every single individual, man, woman, and child, can go out and pursue their version of the American dream without fear of discrimination, we have a lot of work to do. Until the revealing of an individual's sexual orientation or gender identity is no longer considered scandalous tabloid news, but rather simply another celebration of an individual's personhood, our work is not done. Until no child is bullied because of their sexual orientation or gender identity, our work is not done. Until the day comes when a family is no longer defined by the gender of the individuals, but rather by their shared love of its members, our work is not done. Until the day comes when we can look at each other and recognize and celebrate our diversity and look at one another and say, I am your brother's keeper. I am your sister's keeper. And we recognize that we are all one human family. Our work is not done. So my friends, I say to you that we all have a lot of work to do. It's just not up to the elected officials. It is up to each and every one of you to continue to build the house of equality that we have started. So thank you so much for this honor tonight, and thank you for what each and every one of you, what you do to advance equality in our community. Thank you very much.
It's been an amazing year. I've been doing this work for 18 years now, and the last year has been something just completely different. And I can tell you, I was in the courtroom in Miami on January the 5th with our plaintiff couples, and Judge Zabel said, does it really matter if they marry today, or can I just let my stay be lifted tomorrow along with the rest of the state? And Kathy and Carla were there in their wedding gowns, and Todd and Jeff were there in their wedding attire, and our attorneys from Carlton Field said, these couples have come here today to be married, and every day that we ask them to wait is a day that shames our nation. And in the moment when Judge Zabel said,
I'm lifting the stay,
the whole room burst into tears. because we just could not believe it. And what happened in the days that followed, in the first day alone, 3,000 people in Florida were able to marry the person they love. I was able to marry my husband, Christopher, who's here tonight after 21 years together. We waited for Florida. We knew Florida could do it. Every time we bring our families together and they see the love that we share, they recognize us more as a family than maybe they did just a little bit the day before. And every one of those beautiful Facebook posts that have hundreds and thousands of likes, millions of likes in the last month, every one of the times someone touches their keyboard to like one of those photos, they move our nation closer to justice and acceptance and support for our families. So what I want to leave you with is to say, we've got a taste for victory now, and we need to get used to that taste, right? This has been an amazing moment, but it is the beginning. And I will tell you that I am so grateful that we have the visionary leadership of our executive director, who was one of the first people in the country to realize that we could not wait for justice to one day trickle down, that Florida could not wait for another state to win marriage for us through the Supreme Court, hopefully, eventually, one day. She was one of the first voices in the country that said, no, every state has a right to litigate for their equality. And Florida put this ban in place, and Florida is going to take this ban down. And there is no one I trust more to be a part of the strategic leadership of where we take this movement next. Please join me in welcoming to the stage Executive Director Nadine Smith.
Well, it's amazing what 1 year since we all gathered has brought us. We could not have even imagined that a day like the day we are in right now was even possible. And Kevin is absolutely right. The work is not over. More than 50% of our state is protected. But I will tell you this, the places that aren't protected are the places that need it the most. They're the places that are experiencing the harshest backlash, because the people that oppose us didn't just disappear overnight. They're plotting their next attack. We've got to change a culture that taught too many of our parents to despise their own children, that taught too many children to despise their peers, and taught too many of us to despise ourselves. That's the culture that we are here to change forever. And in this moment where we've built this momentum, it is absolutely not the time to lean back. This is the time to dig in deeper, because we can make this country live up to those ideas that we pledge allegiance to before every city council meeting and county commission meeting. We are driving our country in the direction that it wants to go. Our families want to be reunited. They want to let go of a bigotry that they inherited, and they don't even understand why. It is why we see bipartisan support growing in Tallahassee for a non-discrimination law. And it is why, in this moment, we are seeing allies showing up just when we need them, most of all. As I was growing up, there were no gay teachers in my school. There were no gay anybody, dentists. There were just nobody. There was nobody, except for the glimpses of gay people I caught on the 700 Club. All right? So my challenge to you is the challenge I gave to myself. I want to be the adult I wished had been there when I was a kid, and I want all of you to be that adult as well. Thank you for investing deeply in this work. Thank you for bringing us to this day. Thank you so much for being the place we were born, and thank you for the commitment you continue to show.